And then as you will see, there's a message in chat too. So if you could share your program of interest, that would be great. Thanks, Elliot. Thanks, Johnny. Awesome. Thanks, Barry. All right. So again, welcome everybody. It's really nice to have you join us today for this informational webinar on our Humanities and Social Sciences programs. My name is Dalila Amirbashic. I'm the program director, and I would also serve as your major advisor in the programs. And I'm also the coordinator for prior learning assessment. So if any questions come up about prior learning, I can also address those as well. And then today we also have Anne joining us from admissions, and I will let you introduce yourself as well.
Thank you, Dalila. Hi, everyone. My name is Anne Conlin. I work in admissions at SoPA, and thank you for joining us today. I'll be sharing some more information about student support and tuition later in the presentation.
All right, so to provide just a brief overview of where we fit in, the kind of the broader scope of Tulane, the School of Professional Advancement is one of the 10 schools that make up Tulane University. It is a school that's primarily working with working adults. That's too many working there, but so most of our students are working adults, and so our course offerings are typically in the evenings, and we have a lot of flexibility in the types of courses that we offer. But we are a part of the broader university, and so many of our students also take courses through the School of Liberal Arts, for example, as well as courses offered through the School of Engineering. So there are a lot of partnerships too between the coursework that we offer, as well as the faculty who teach for our programs. And we're located on the Uptown campus of Tulane, which is in New Orleans. Our offices are in Richardson Hall. We have a really awesome space that you can come and visit. You can also, there are work areas as well where you can kind of hang out during the day and or before your classes. Um, and join us for various events or activities that also might take place in Richardson Hall. And also, if you wanted to meet with me, my office is there as well on the second floor. And just to sum it up, we are a part of Tulane University. So all of our programs, faculty, and degrees are part of Tulane. So once you graduate from the School of Professional Advancement, you're graduating from Tulane University and working with Tulane faculty. So what we'll be discussing today, again, focusing on the humanities and social sciences programs. We will highlight some of the differences between the programs, and thanks everybody for sharing your interest in the chat. So we have folks interested in humanities and social sciences and the Master of Liberal Arts. So we will be talking about all of those today. And I will share a little bit about the learning experience and what that looks like. And then Anne is going to share more about student support services, as well as affordability and flexibility that our school offers. So the first thing that I wanted to highlight is our faculty. So the humanities and social sciences faculty have deep expertise in the areas in which they teach. But they're also all really committed to working with adult students. And so most of them have numerous years of experience and have been teaching for SoPA for, um, at least a decade. And so some of the faculty that we wanted to highlight today include Mike Kaczynski, who is a professor in the English department at Tulane. He primarily teaches in our Master of Liberal Arts program. And he he's received awards for teaching from SoPA, but also from Tulane University overall. Melinda Nelson Hurst has also been teaching for us for, I think, 14 or 15 years at this point. She's an Egyptologist, so she has a really, really deep uh, area of expertise in everything ancient Egypt. And she's super passionate and also teaches courses on hieroglyphics as well as magic and religion and gender in ancient Egypt. Lauren Lucarilla teaches most of our classes on writing and is really deeply committed to working with students at whatever level they come in. So she is able to adapt her courses to really meet individual needs of each student in her class. So if you are an undergraduate student coming back to school after a while, or maybe you're not 100% confident in your writing, I would highly recommend taking a class with her to build that confidence and learn some new skills as well. Bo Boudreau is one of our English professors as well, and he is also an accomplished poet, and he teaches introduction to poetry writing, as well as our writing courses, English 1010, and is also been at SoPA again for about 14, 15 years at this point. And then Professor Sukaria Vester is an urban sociologist. So she teaches courses that focus on urban development, race, inequality, both locally but also globally. So she has an expertise in American urban areas, including Louisiana rural areas, but has also done extensive work and research in Brazil. So she brings kind of this combination of perspectives together in her courses and has also recently received a teaching award. And so here we have a quote from Dr. Vester, who says that I teach so that students will be better prepared to examine society through critical lenses and ultimately mitigate social inequality through advocacy, practice, or research. So a lot of our research does have this applied aspect, while you're learning about, the theoretical perspectives that enable you to better understand what's happening in our society. She also makes connections to ways to apply what you've learned and have a direct impact in your communities in which you live and work. All right, so we'll start with kind of a general overview of the programs. So our humanities and social sciences programs are all highly interdisciplinary. So they allow you to bring together different areas of the liberal arts in order to focus your interests from different perspectives in the liberal arts. So as part of this, you study social relationships, practices, and structures. And through this process, you also develop really important skills such as critical thinking, communication, and writing. And one of the highlights of our programs is that they're highly flexible. So not only do you have flexibility in the types of classes that you take and when taking classes in the evenings or taking classes online, but also there's a lot of flexibility in terms of structuring your curriculum and your degree. our Master of Liberal Arts program, which one of the students recently described as a choose your own adventure program, which I feel like really captures the experience really of the MLA as well as our undergraduate programs. Um, because they really allow you to bring together different areas of interest and craft your degree in a way that most closely aligns with what you're interested in. So in this program, you're exposed to a range of reflections on the human experience from multiple academic perspectives, and you get to individualize your plan of study. So, for example, our students who are finishing the semester um, uh, have completely different interests, and their projects are um, highly individualized to what they're specifically interested in, and they really bring together the work that they've done through the program. So, for example, one of the students is focusing on Francophone literature. From a post-colonial perspective and looking at queer experiences in this area. Another student is focusing her work on Black feminist thought and is hoping to um, create a series of social media um, uh, uh, profiles and YouTube explainer videos on different theoretical perspectives in Black feminist theory. And then another student is exploring this idea of othering, so how people create divisions based on different beliefs and kind of the process that underpins that division making. So all three have brought together different interests and different perspectives and are building on different types of classes. So as part of the academic experience, in this program, you're taking 10 courses and you finish with a capstone. The course offerings range from history, literature, philosophy, political science, and sociology. As a student in the MLA program, you have access to all of the graduate level liberal arts courses at Tulane University. So this includes both our classes at SoPA, our MLA classes at SoPA, which are offered in the evenings, but then you also have access to graduate courses in English, sociology, history, etc. Excuse me. So our bachelor's degrees, we have a degree in humanities and a degree in social sciences. And similarly, these degrees are also highly interdisciplinary. Our humanities degree focuses mostly on areas such as English literature, religious studies, linguistics, music, visual performing arts, philosophy. And our social sciences degree focuses on cultural, economic, political, historical context of societies, and courses are available in anthropology, geography, Latin American studies, sociology, political science, and other related fields. Each degree requires 120 credits, and for each major, you're required to take 30 credits. And as part of our, or part of your learning experience at SoPA, you would have the opportunity to engage in online learning. Both undergraduate and graduate programs in liberal arts have a combination of online and in-person classes. So you have flexibility in sort of choosing what suits you more. But I will just highlight that our online classes are highly interactive and engaging and are designed to um, really foster engagement between students and faculty. So we have a whole team of learning designers who support this course development. so that you are able to participate in a highly interactive online experience. Also, a lot of our courses are designed to have applications to real world scenarios and problems. So even in our humanities and social sciences courses, a lot of times there are direct connections to what is happening in the world and how we can use the knowledge that you're developing through those courses in order to make an impact in the field. And as I mentioned, we have opportunities for different learning styles. So whether you prefer to be in person or online, there are different options for everybody. And one of the questions I usually get is, what do I do with this? What can I do with a degree in humanities or social sciences or with an MLA? And so what I tell people is that we look at our alumni and we look at the different things that our alumni end up doing. And what we see is that folks end up in a really broad range of fields and careers, including business, education, arts, consulting, PR, public policy, nonprofit, as well as writing. And the reason for this is that, no matter what your focus is in one of these degrees, you're developing a particular set of skills that's applicable to a range of professional settings. So those things like communication and writing and critical thinking can be applied in a range of fields. And we know that employers appreciate students who come with that flexibility and that breadth of knowledge. And now I will hand it over to Anne to talk more about student support success and the application process.
Thank you so much, Dr. Omar Basic. Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. I'm going to walk you through some of the support and success that you will receive by being a student here at Tulane SoPA. So each student, as soon as you become a student, you have a dedicated academic advisor assigned to you who works specifically with the humanities and social sciences program. Not only that, you will also have your faculty mentors available to you throughout your time at SoPA. And as we were discussing earlier, our faculty, they have a wide range of skills and real world expertise. So they can really help you going forward as you move through the program and thinking about career in the future. Also, we have a career advisor available to SoPA students. Her name is Susan De La Jose, and she's wonderful. She offers a lot of informational webinars about resume tips, networking. She's also available to meet with you to do mock interviews. She can help you with your LinkedIn and your resume. And by being a student with us, you're also part of that Tulane community, and you'll be part of that Tulane alumni community. So it really opens up a lot of doors in the future. We also pride ourselves in being a transfer-friendly school, especially at the undergraduate level, where you can transfer up to 60 credits. And once we receive your transcripts and you become a student, we will evaluate that and try to get all the transfer credit possible for previous college coursework that you've completed. And by doing this, you're saving money in the end. So this is very important to us, and we will work with each student to move that process forward. We also offer credit for prior learning, but Dalila, would you like to speak to this?
Sure, I can do this. As I mentioned earlier, I'm also the coordinator for prior learning assessment at SoPA. So if you have further questions about this, you can reach out to me. But basically, we offer different ways through which you can earn credit for your previous experience or previous learning experiences. So this can include your professional experiences as well as volunteer or community service, as well as military training. Undergraduate students can receive up to 24 credits through this process, and graduate students can earn up to 6 credits. I will note, however, that the graduate credit for the MLA would be um, pretty tricky because the credit has to align with the course that we currently offer. So it's usually or at least up to this point, we haven't really had anybody that has the exact the exact same expertise as one of the courses that we do offer. But it is definitely possible at the undergraduate level. And there are different options that include standardized testing as well as portfolio assessment. So definitely an opportunity to again save a little bit of money as part of your overall um, pursuit of your degree. And as noted, you can always reach out to me and we can talk more. Or you can join our next webinar, which is which is today at 1. So we'll
Right.
be providing more information about that as well.
Thank you so much. And I'd also like to point out for the undergraduate level, so if you were to transfer 60 credits in, you would not be able to do the credit for prior learning and get those 24 credits because it is capped at 60. However, if you're coming in with some transfer credit, you could absolutely do this program. And it's a wonderful option that we have. All right, so let's talk a bit about tuition and affordability. So here we have the tuition for summer 2024 at the undergraduate level is $623 per credit. Graduate level is $1,210 per credit. And the majority of classes are 3 credits each. So really, depending on how many classes you want to take per semester, you can do the math. We also have a tuition calculator on our website that's pretty useful. And so we also encourage students, to fill out the FAFSA. Once you become a student with us, you also are assigned a financial aid counselor through the Tulane Financial Aid Office. So they'd really work with you to get all the aid and grants that you can as a student. We also, that credit for prior learning is a way of saving money as well. We also offer a $1,500 transfer student scholarship. So that would be $500 per, that could be awarded up to 3 semesters, totaling in $1,500. We also have an early enrollment scholarship, which encourages students to, submit your application of the program, get registered for classes early, and you would get a one-time discount off your first semester that way. Also, if you're a Phi Theta Kappa member, it's an honor society. There's also a $3,000 gap scholarship opportunity. We have a number of 20% tuition discounts if you fall into any of the categories below: active duty military and veterans, alumni of Tulane, and minority serving institutions and HBCUs. active and retired public safety personnel, PTK members, K through 12 instructional staff, New Orleans area public employees, and adults over the age of 60. All right, and our application process is pretty straightforward. There is an application fee. However, as a thank you for attending this webinar, that fee will be automatically waived. If you've already applied, please just let me know and I can refund your application fee. We will need you to upload a government issued ID, and also you'll need to request transcripts from any prior colleges that you've attended in the past, or your high school transcript if you do not have college credit yet. So you can get those just sent electronically to us at SoPA. And there is for the Master of Liberal Arts application, there is an essay or personal statement component. So just, it's, not asking too much, but it is your opportunity to show your writing ability. So just take time and proofread. And you're welcome to reach out to us along the way if you have any questions about the application process. As I mentioned earlier, we have an early enrollment scholarship. So that's $200 off for undergraduate students or $500 for graduate students. In bold below, you have the application deadline. So you could apply to summer semester. The deadline is tomorrow, but we're taking applications. And then the fall semester, the application deadline is August 1st. Unfortunately, the early enrollment has passed for summer. However, for fall, if you apply now and get admitted and you register for classes by July 15th, you would get that early enrollment scholarship. Or if you're looking further ahead, we also have the spring semester, and that deadline is January 1st. And we're rolling admissions, so you can submit your application anytime. All right, and this is a thank you, and you can see Dalila's contact information below. I'll also put my email in the chat if you have any admissions questions.
Thanks, Anne. And does anybody have any questions that you wanted to ask right now?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Through SoPA, we also get, are we eligible or can we get a minor as well? Or is it just like the majors?
You can earn a minor. In humanities and social sciences, we don't have minors, but there are other programs that do offer.
Basically, I'm interested in, I was looking at, Tulane has a minor in historic preservation. Is that something eligible?
I would have to find out how that would work and if that's possible, because that would be through a different school.
Okay.
So we don't offer historic preservation through SoPA. So it may be possible, but I'm not 100% certain. I don't know if you know, Anne, of what that might look like.
Not specifically know about that, but I can follow up with Michaela about that, because I know he sometimes assists students who are taking courses in NTC or elsewhere. So I'll follow up. Yeah, Johnny, I'll look into this and follow up with you.
Yeah, and thanks
Thank
for
you. I
asking that.
appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's our SoPA students do take courses in other schools and other programs, so you could certainly take classes in historic preservation. It's more of the how a minor would be structured and whether what that process might look like. But
Right, and it's more probably from the School of Architecture side, if they
yeah.
would allow that. So
Okay.
that's a great question.
Mhm.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And we do have a faculty member who teaches a few. We have about three courses that he offers regularly, and his background is in historic preservation from Tulane, so you would also have that opportunity as well. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I already put my application in. So who do I have to talk to get that refund?
You can, well, David, I can do that. So I'm writing your name down and I'll go into your file and refund the fee, the application fee.
Yes, ma'am.
It'll take a few days to hit your account, but I'll process that today.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I started the application process. I think I've submitted everything except the fee, which I didn't know that this would wait, I just hadn't done it yet. Do I need to do anything for that?
So if you have not submitted your application, so basically it's automatically waived. I put your name in the system that you attended this webinar, and it just, when you submit your application, you won't be asked to pay an application fee. So that means it
Okay.
was waived. There's no code or anything like that.
Okay, because I submitted, I'm looking at the thing right now. Where is it at? Sorry. On my application status page, it says you'll receive my photo ID, my transcripts from Delgado, Savannah College of Art and Design, and it just says awaiting the payment.
Okay, so I would say I'm gonna put that all in today by this afternoon. If you just click submit, then it won't ask you to pay.
Any other questions? All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. As questions come up, which they usually do after you log off and you're like, oh, I should have asked that. So if that comes up, just feel free to either email me or send a message to Anne, and we'll get back to you. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone.